Hello everyone, welcome to a Workshop Wednesday. In the past week I've had one request, and I don't know I don't know what you would say the other was, but it was a hope that I could get this little dockside going. This is the one that I picked up a little over a week ago here now. No screw, so it's nice and easy to take the top off. I'm going to place that shell there like that, deliberately. We'll see why shortly. So this is missing carbon brushes, it's missing its wiring loom and various bits and pieces, but well, the shaft turns freely, and I think with the aid of my parts box, my bits and pieces, I may be able to get this running. So the request I had was for a complete strip down and cleaning, demonstrate that, and then the hope that I could get this actually running. So we're going to start stripping this down now. And I'm going to start with the bottom plate, the collector plate. I won't be able to show everything as I do everything, because it would take well over an hour, and I don't think I can command your attention for that length of time. So there's the collector plate. Luckily it still has the little spring on it, which is really good, but there should be a wire attached to that, and there isn't. Now there's the first axle out, and the second axle out. Okay, a little confession here. I've had trouble with my camera. This is actually the third time I've stripped this down now, and I've had to put it back together because the camera quit without me knowing. So anyway, we got as far as the wheels, and I'm going to whip through this as quick as I can now and keep checking the camera to see if it's still recording, and hopefully it is. So that one off. Now when I take these apart and remove the magnet, I always mark the magnet to be sure that I get it back in the right orientation, south to south, north to north. So I've already circled this with a black marker pen, a Sharpie, and I use a keeper. So there's a chunk of steel. That magnet seems pretty strong, so there we go, that'll keep the magnet. And next thing out will be this. Now this should have the other end of the wiring loom on it. There should be a piece starting here, coming up all through and ending on here. Common that breaks. So we'll put that there. And then that plate out of there. That's in good shape. And now we come down to the bearings. Now I've left these so that I can get them quite easily. They are not generally an easy thing to remove, but I'm going to get that one off of there very easily, like that. The bearing cap, I'm going to put that back there. The felt pad, that should be soaked in lubricant. It isn't, it's dry. There is the bushing, and inside that is the ball bearing. Tiny little ball bearing. Be very careful not to lose those. And from the front end, same thing. Cap off. Bushing, bearing, felt pad. Now we can slide the armature, lift it out, and take the pole pieces out, and that is a strip down as I do it. And now the cleaning begins. This I will take to the utility sink with some soap and water and a scrub brush. There is all kinds of hair and fluff. Don't know if you can see that, but anyway, there is a lot of guck in there, so that will get cleaned up. The wheels will get a similar treatment, and I will be checking for hair wrapped around the, oh yeah, there's hair wrapped around there, the axles there. So they will get cleaned up, again in the sink, hot water, soap, and an old toothbrush to scrub those. Everything else will get wiped down. When it comes to these, I forget the name of the board now. Anyway, it's a fiber board basically. When it comes to cleaning these, I'll do that with isopropyl alcohol and cotton buds, that and that. This will get cleaned up using the, this will get cleaned up using the fiberglass pen. I'll do that thoroughly. It's a little bent, I'll straighten that, and then I have to go through my parts box and find stuff that I need. There is part of a wiring loom, including the little blob of solder that has to go there. I know I've got carbon brushes in here somewhere. Got a pack of those. And in here I have that little spring. That's going to be important. Well, my camera woes continue. I think we had got to the point of cleaning this up, or showing that that's what will happen to it. It'll get cleaned up with the fiberglass pen. And there's the carbon brushes. And here I have my R298 home maintenance set. And in there I have all the original equipment. Lots more spare parts in there. But what I'm needing out of here right now is some wiring. Some brown wiring. Or wire. This is what runs from the collector plate and joins the loom, I believe, right there. Yes, right there. Anyway, we'll at this point I think we will stop, and I will go ahead and clean the parts and build the loom, get everything all ready, and then we'll try and get it back together again, and hopefully the camera will play along. I'm going to show you some of this. Look at, I don't know if you can see that on there. Just a lot of hair. It's quite a bit to clean out of that. Anyway, see you in a little bit. Bye for now. Okay. I have done the cleaning. I didn't mention that I needed to insulate one side of this, and my proper insulation for it would not fit inside this little old rivet that I've put on here, but this will. So, bit of plastic insulation on there. My wiring loom is built, so that should carry the power to the motor, to the brushes, And cleanup wise, over and above the scrubbing, you can see there was some dirt, but overall actually it wasn't in that bad of a condition. So reassembly is just everything I did before to take it apart in reverse order. Not going to show you that, it would just take too long. I still have one wire to solder there. I haven't done this yet because I've got to find a little terminal to go on there. I'm quite sure I've got one somewhere. One has to go on there, but anyway, we'll get there. So I'm going to put it all back together, and I may show you putting the carbon brushes in because I didn't show you taking them out, they weren't there. And other than that, we'll get on to lubrication and then testing. Okay, see you in a little while. It went back together quicker and easier than it came apart, which is not usually the case, at least so far. I now have to get these brushes up into here. I'm not sure if these are actually genuine trying brushes. If they're too wide to fit the slot, then this project comes to an end. No, it's in. Now these are absolutely brand new brushes. Trying didn't do a very good job of designing this little piece here. There is so little for this to catch on. There we go. But I dropped the brush. Pushed it right out. So start that part again. Like I say, so far it's gone together very well. Over it, there we go. That's better. A little anyway. Now the one on the other side. Okay, that's in. Well, that moved again. Okay, I've got to slip that onto the end of there, and then we're ready to lubricate. So the wiring is now in place. These are brand new brushes. So when we do get running, if we get running, there could be some sparking while they bed in. That could take a few months. In the meantime, lubrication. So I have Labelle, my thumb's worn it off, but this is 103, Labelle 103. Well, it might be 108, but it is light oil. That does the bearings. So I'm going to go down into the back of the bearing on the shaft there. As soon as it flows, there we go. Put a drop there, a drop the other end, and then quite a lot goes onto that felt pad, and that will soak down in there, and it'll find its way into that bearing and the bushing, and it'll be good. From here on in, that's the only lubrication you do on the bearing and bushing, is just add to the felt pad. Okay, now this oil also does the axles down in there. I do have a better applicator. This is quite a thick needle. I'll get the other applicator in a moment. For the gears, I use Labelle 102 gear oil, and that just goes straight onto the worm. A few bits there, and a little bit over the gear, just to bed that in quickly. So it's all back together on the track. I don't know if it's gonna go, and I don't know if the light's gonna work, but we'll give it a try. Oh, we had movement. We got movement. No light though. Goes like a dockside, and with the top on. She's struggling there a bit. Those carbon brushes are absolutely brand new, so they're going to take some running in. We're getting some sparking off the wheels.